And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Bernes, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
Welcome back, everybody, to the train ride from hell and the non-stop to nowhere. It is a bright, sunny day as you travel over the mountain, down the hill. You see the landing right up ahead. The signpost says, "Welcome to Dysfunction Junction."
Fuck yeah.
My name is Chris Bernes. With me, as always, co-host
Chris Lynch
and producer extraordinaire Michael Big Herm.
What is up, everybody out there?
2 weeks off, man. Felt good.
Yeah.
A little rest and wee-waxation at last.
Wee-waxation.
Rest and wee-waxation at last.
You're re-waxing something?
I was wee-waxing something.
Twice.
Sometimes, yes. Did everybody have a good Independence Day?
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
day. Good
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
good
yeah.
Day,
Nobody
good day.
got shot, so that's
Nope.
a good thing.
No,
Not
no.
here, anyway.
Nice, quiet.
Good.
Gathering with some friends.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
same.
Well, not even that. I just did. Just me and Jen. I actually just did a little grilling.
I was waiting for the call. I really was.
I just did a little grilling.
All right. You're off the hook this time. If it's just you and your beautiful wife, I'm going to let it go. But if there was anybody else at your house, there's going to be some ass whooping going on.
No, it was just the two of us.
All right.
Just some Philly steak.
Nice.
Skewers. Very
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Very nice.
So, anybody got any quick hits?
I have one.
Okay.
All right, so we all know the Brittany Griner thing. All right, so she's over there. But I saw a meme today, and you've heard a lot of people saying, and there's been talk on social media about people saying LeBron would never have done this. Well, that's kind of true.
Well, there was another one that said if this had happened to LeBron, he'd be home by now.
Yeah, and
Doesn't work that way.
Well, I don't think so. It doesn't work that way. This is a political thing, and it's first of all, you going to a communist dictatorship with drugs that you knew were there, that you never denied that it was there. You just got caught for it. Going there and thinking because you are an American who plays ball over there that you're going to get the same rights and freedoms and privileges that you have here in America, you didn't pay attention in school. Okay, but
it seems to be happening a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
But here's the thing: is I saw a meme that said that LeBron would have never happened to LeBron, and the reason is because that LeBron gets paid a lot of money, and he wouldn't have to go to another country to pimp himself out for sport. I'm like, well, hold on a minute. All right. The NBA that we all know and love today, and that we've all known and loved for the last 30 years, is not the NBA that started when the NBA started. Okay? When those guys first started playing professional basketball, they only made hundreds of dollars a year. Maybe a few thousand.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And the reason it was because it was new, and they really had no fan base of any kind, and they had to create that. Now, jump ahead 50 years, and you have the NBA of today. Now, when the WNBA started, they were, unfortunately, or fortunately for them, but unfortunately for the whole starting from scratch thing, they actually piggybacked off of the current NBA that was in existence.
Yeah, they had. They called them sponsored teams.
Right. And basically,
the correct business term is parent team.
Parent team in business. But basically, what happened was they became an extension of a current club, and then they all united into their own. The only reason that those women are making any of the money they're making now is because with the tag team of the NBA, it boosted a fanship to a point where they can support that. All right, this is not a women aren't equal. This isn't a income inequality thing. This is a state of business.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get as many people without as many people watching WNBA and that many fans and that many people into it. You don't have the merchandise. You don't have any merchandising anywhere. It's harder to sell anything involved with the WNBA, and it's also more difficult to get sponsors for television. If you don't have the base to sell to, you can't You can't bring in the people that are going to push the money and influx the money into that business.
Right.
It just doesn't work. The women are doing the best they can for what they have. They have a varied. The
League's been in existence
They've
about
got-
25 years.
They're the ABA, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at
Yeah,
it this
yeah.
way.
They're the ABA.
Look at it this way.
And I'm not saying they're not good, talented players, but they have a little tiny federation and a little tiny league, and it's the best that it can support.
Right. If they got any bigger than that, they'd just be killing themselves.
One of the things you have to remember.
Well, it would require. Well, they could get bigger.
Go
They
ahead.
could, but it
They
would
totally
require.
could. Again, it requires them to start getting bigger and seeing people and start seeing numbers grow.
Right.
And you have to see that number growth before people are going to push the money in. Nobody's going to drop $18 billion into a team for no
to get back a pittance.
right to get back to not make back what they want. It's called an investment.
Yeah, it's
for
a poor
a reason.
That's a poor return on investment, no matter how.
And
you
on
slice
top
it.
of
Right.
that, when you look at, and I'm just going to use two teams that were doing the piggyback thing, like you said. In reality, it's a parent club, the New York Knicks and the New York Liberty.
Yep.
The New York Knicks draw near sellout houses in Madison Square Garden. The WNBA draws about 8,000. For
Right.
basketball,
That's their max.
for
About 10
for
grand.
basketball, Madison Square Garden fits 21,000 people. The Knicks are filling it to capacity. There's been 25 years that this league has grown, and it has grown. But it's not even an equality thing. If you're not making the money as a league, they cannot pay you the money as a league. And on top of that, I dare say Brittany Griner, and I hate to say anything good about LeBron James because I really don't like him. Hell of a player. Probably one of the best in the league right now.
Yeah, just extremely selfish.
Top 30
extremely
maybe of all
self-centered.
time. Yeah, I'm going all the way on that
he's not
self-centered, selfish bullshit.
He's not Michael Jordan.
No, he's
No.
not Larry Bird. He's not, Dr. J. But when Brittany Griner has the talent that LeBron does and the skill that LeBron does and does it for as long as LeBron has been doing it, then we can talk about that salary. But you also have to draw the money and the sponsorships, the eyes, the TV, and the dollars. So all this WNBA talk that you're hearing, I've seen it all out there,
Well,
too.
I mean, LeBron's been doing this a long time,
Yep.
and I don't care for him personally, but as a player, as far as his reputation is concerned, never had outside issues with girls on his wife.
No, not really.
Never been accused of any other crime.
No, not really.
Any
Never had-
nefarious hanky-panky.
Never been accused or found to be doing drugs.
He never did the Kobe or the Tiger Woods thing.
No, never went a little thug.
Right.
Right. Or went a little thug, a little crazy. Also went a little, humping around. LeBron's never done that, so I'll give him that on his. He's got a work ethic, man, and I'll give that to him. He's got a work ethic, and I give that to him.
He's got a work ethic, and he branded himself really, really well.
Right.
That's the key right there.
Right.
In order, to reinforce Mike's point, in order to draw that kind of crowd, you have to have a brand. It's like, do I buy Nikes or do I buy Adidas?
You've got a women's basketball team here locally, sponsored by a casino.
Yeah.
That shit would never fucking fly in the NBA.
No, because
That's not. They don't have enough money.
Well, that and their CBA would prevent it.
Well, you know what I mean, but literally,
Yeah.
like what the casino could afford for handling a team, they don't have that kind of money that those people that buy NBA teams and that.
Right, and the one thing that this team here does, the Connecticut Sun, that no other team does, and granted, we have to go to scale on this one.
Right.
Fills that arena for every game.
They do, and
They have a hell of a fan
They
base.
have a hell
Yeah,
of
they
a
do.
fan base here locally. They do, but that's the problem is that you get locals, and by locally I mean you don't even get the whole fucking state here. And
No,
by local,
you're
I mean,
talking
like
maybe
this eastern-
tri-county
I was
area.
going to say like this lower eastern third here.
You're drawn from Montville, Norwich,
Right, and
Jewett City,
right, and
Griswold.
it is a huge local, but it'd be the same as if we had. It's the same as the Navigators, man.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
It's the same as situation as the Navigators. It's just it's double A ball,
Yeah.
and literally the budget is double A. The players are exceptional, but they're not. I don't know how to put it. You have people pulling this shit like
Yeah.
like Brittany Griner.
You're not helping yourself when you do that kind
No.
of shit.
And that's not the way if you're trying to make this thing grow. That's not the way to do it.
I love the fact that Brittany Griner, while she was still here in the States, while she was still playing with the WNBA, and this leads into your big topic.
Oh yes, the national
after
anthem.
the break. I'm not going to stand for the national anthem. Fuck this country, oppression and systemic racism and all that bullshit. And now she's arrested and in a jail in Russia, and she's reaching out to the President of the United States. I'm an American citizen. You should come get me. First of all, bitch.
First of all, own up to your fucking actions, and you know that you did something wrong.
Yep.
I mean, her excuse is piss
Yeah, I
poor.
mean, this
it's
is-
the bag I usually,
this-
my travel local bag or some
this-
such shit.
This isn't a case of we have reporters or journalists that were taken up and have been held. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that.
This is a sports
You
player.
committed a crime.
You committed a crime in another country and got caught. Whatever your reason is, I'm sorry, whatever your reason was, you weren't careful enough to do what you do. What you really did is figured you'd just get slipped on it, and they didn't sleep.
No.
Nothing worse than thinking you're a celebrity and they look at you and go,
No, you're not.
who?
I didn't know who she was.
No
before.
offense. Gwyneth Paltrow could get arrested for the same thing in Russia. They know who she is.
More than likely.
I'm just trying to think of any female. Oprah, same thing. Nobody knows who the fuck Brittany Griner is outside her immediate family, her wife, and some really hardcore whatever team she plays for fans.
For real.
Yeah, I have zero sympathy. You can look up sympathy in the dictionary. It's
I know.
right next to shit and syphilis, and I have zero sympathy for that girl.
I had both of those, but not at the same time.
Shit and syphilis?
Yes.
Wow.
I might have shit syphilis once.
Oof, that's painful.
Mike's thinking about it. You can see his
That's
forehead.
the name.
Oh, my Lord.
Flush
But
that
yeah,
shit
she doesn't
down the
just...
drain.
Listen,
She's not worthy of the airtime she's
it's
getting.
not just her. It's, to Mike's bigger point, this whole WNBA needs to be paid equal to the NBA. And
All right,
again,
all
when,
right,
you,
who's
when you
gonna-
draw the crowds,
who's gonna pay for
when
it?
you get the sponsorship, you have to get the people to see
Well, that's
you.
my-
You can go see a great local band down here at the Brown Derby who you think is the greatest band in the world,
Right.
but they're playing for 55 drunks at the Derb, while a shit band like Nickelback is packing arenas all over the world. Those should be swamped, but they're not, because one has the eyes, the marketing, the gimmicks, whatever it takes to get to the top, and the other band's struggling.
You know, it all boils down to this: businesses are in business to stay in business. They're in business to make money. As Mike had said, they are at their fullest potential right now with the budget they're given, the limited budget they're given.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have NBA money. They don't have the sponsorship. They don't have the star players that you're going to go out and see. They don't have a marquee name.
Right.
Okay. As
When
far
was
as
the
I'm
la-
concerned,
When was the last time you saw a WNBA player on a commercial?
never, because it won't unless they let themselves expand and
Nike's had a couple.
yeah.
Nike's had one or two.
I don't doubt that, but again, when I say the last
But
time,
Nike's
you
real-
have to think about
Nike's really deep. Nike's really deep in the
that.
NBA.
Gene Simmons
though.
has been in a Nike commercial. I bet he's never worn a pair of Nikes in his life.
Who?
Gene Simmons,
Really?
years
Yeah,
ago,
years ago.
late 90s.
Yeah, years ago.
Was it for Air Jordan?
I don't know what it was. I'll find the commercial. I'll send it to you. It's on YouTube.
This is Gene Simmons for
But yeah, it's-
GeneSimmonsShoes.com.
You
It
can
literally
get that
comes
at
down to marketing.
kissonline.com.
They don't have. In order to get that kind of money, they've got to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have
And in
to,
order to grow, they have to get more fans and,
And
have
they-
to
they-
get more fans that they can sell merchandise.
well, and it's like an employee coming to your boss saying, "I want more money just because." The boss isn't going to make a sacrifice somewhere else in his business to give this fucking douchebag more money just because this guy wants it. They have to do the work, and it's a lot of work. That's another 20 years down the road to even get half as big as they are now, because it took 25 years to get to where they are.
Exactly.
So it's
Right.
exponential. You're going to be another 20 to 25 years at this level before maybe you have that big break moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't ever see that happening. And I again, not downplaying the fact that they're women. It's just that it could be soccer. It could be golf. It could be amateur volleyball. You know,
Beach or gym?
Beach.
There we
Beach.
go.
I would watch the shit out of that.
I watched the beach volleyball on the
Is
Olympics
there-
on
is there a-
repeat.
Is there a pro league?
Dude, I was
Yeah, there
watching.
is actually.
I was watching.
Ooh.
I was watching beach volleyball, the other day, and we were like 3 minutes into the match, and there was a wrist injury, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it through the rest of the match.
And he pushed through, ladies and gentlemen. He pushed through.
Yeah.
He's not even wearing his splint today.
Well, I just got to say, so guys, you want the money? If you want these women to get paid as much as the NBA, go see some fucking games.
Yeah.
Honestly, be a part of the solution
And on
instead
top-
of just
on
sitting
top-
on the sidelines barking your fucking mouth.
And to piggyback that, the product, look, the women's game I find a little bit more exciting because it's not thugs in shorts, and it's not nonstop
I like
showboating. It's a fundamental game.
It's an extremely.
It's a lot like watching college ball.
It's an extremely technical game.
Yes.
If you like a technical game
This
and
is for
don't
you.
like all of the showmanship shit, the WNBA is some really
I'll
fucking
bet
amazing basketball.
I will bet money that Brittany Griner can take a charge, fall down, get back up, and run down the court while
And that-
LeBron is playing.
Ow,
Ow!
it hurts.
I need
I'm
a
not-
foul.
for
Well,
real,
I
I mean-
love watching the camera moments.
I'm not gonna lie, they
When-
do play like they and don't take this the wrong way. They play like you think men should play.
Right. They actually play
As
the game.
women.
They actually play the game, and
Right, and they
don't
play a contact game, and they don't play that bullshit.
they don't play the oh my god I got basketball court toe.
No, and if you watch them, they will thug just as hard as the men do.
Oh, yeah.
It's just done a little softer
It's
and
a
more
little-
delicately.
it's a little classier.
and it's a little classier.
That's a good point.
It's a much more classy because I'll say this, and whether you guys can agree with me or disagree, I find that college and even in professional sports, the women always think technical.
Oh, yeah, it's a more
They
fundamental game.
play the fundamentals of the game, and to me, that's more enjoyable than watching somebody roll around on the court being the clown.
Right.
And that goes for basketball, golf, you name it. The volleyball. How many men's volleyball teams do you see? Very few. Women's volleyball is popular because it's women's volleyball, and a lot of people play it.
No wrist injuries during
No,
men's
no.
volleyball.
Well, at least on the sidelines, there might be.
No little Hermans were harmed during
That's
during
right.
this topic.
No
Yeah.
little Herms.
But anyway, that's my 2 cents.
All right.
I think yes, they're very talented people in the league, but money's got to come from somewhere. I don't wait my ass with hundreds, and I don't think anybody out there who listens to us
If you
does
did,
either.
if you did,
If I did, I wouldn't be right
I'd
here.
Clean them off.
Right?
And
I'd be
keep
watching.
'em.
I'd be collecting them and watching them.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be here. No offense, guys.
Understood.
I would not be here.
Right. Right.
We could get
Right.
some other
I'd be on
schlub.
my-
We'd be following you around and collecting
I'd
them.
be-
It's all right.
yeah.
We don't know where you are. We'd be there though.
I'd be on my evil little island with a moat and
Ooh.
pirates.
Okay, hold on. If you're on an island, do you really need a moat?
It's the irony.
Got you. Ironically, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard you
And the
say,
way
but
he-
that's okay.
And the way he built it is reverse irony because instead of just digging a moat, he brought in sand and added a ring around the island.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so now you got me curious. I like this.
Yeah.
Now it's
in
like
in a drawbridge.
Hey, I'm bringing in jobs.
Yes, you're creating jobs.
I'm
I
creating
like it.
jobs.
excellent.
I'm
That's
wait-
what America-
I'm
that's what
spending my
America
money.
needs.
You are a real American.
And I'm contributing to the infrastructure.
Nice.
3 things I do
Look
right
what you
by
just-
doing that.
Look at what you just did by wiping your ass with $100 bill.
There
See
you go.
that? Look at
Wow.
that.
I had a quick hit. A little part of me died over the weekend. I want to tell you about this.
Oh.
The first thing I saw was a little post on Instagram from a young gentleman named Nick Simmons. Nick Simmons is the son of Gene Simmons. And it's a post of him and his sister when they were little youngins, early 90s, and a picture from over the weekend. It says, "Happy 30th birthday, Sophie Simmons." I said, look at that. My future ex-wife turned 30. Next day, Instagram, same guy, Nicholas T. Simmons. Congratulations to my sister Sophie, who just got engaged. It's over. I've lost my shot.
I don't really think
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself now.
Wrist
No,
injury. Wrist
I
injury.
may have a wrist injury later. I don't know.
There'll be a wrist injury later.
But think about that. That little girl that we all watched. If you watched Family Jewels, I loved the show.
I did, even
That-
though I wasn't a big fan of Gene Simmons.
That precocious little teenager running around and getting into trouble is now a 30-year-old woman, and she's getting married, which means 2 things. 1, she's 30 years old. You are slow on the draw, Captain. There we go. and we're old.
Yeah, we're fucking old, man. I'm 50. Couple months.
I'm about to be 50,
Big
same as you.
5-0.
Herm is about a half a lap down. He's hoping to get some new tires.
Yep.
He's
Get
inching
some
his way up.
get some track position back, and he'll catch up.
He's
to
in third
us.
place.
So my question for you guys on this quick hit, everybody's got one. Don't lie to me. Do not say you don't. We're going to call it 35 and under. What celebrity hottie is your 35 and under? I'll start with Lynch.
Oh, God. I got to think about that one. That's a big list.
You're not allowed to say Brittany Griner.
No, Camila Cabello.
Who?
Is she a singer?
Yes.
I don't need to hear what she sings. I need to see what she looks like.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, all right.
Where did I put my phone? Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can back out of this because by the way, guys, I got the best Hey Stoopid for you coming up. We're going to look up Camila's Cabeza or whatever the fuck.
Camilla Head. Does she?
Camila Cabello, found her. Wow, she came up first. And let's see.
Let's see here.
Oh, my Jesus donuts. Like, okay, but the only bad thing about her is that gigantical forehead, but everything else is in the right places.
But with the little bangs, it's all right. It's okay.
Like in this
good.
picture.
All of it.
See,
good.
you can barely tell.
She's
got a movie screen for a forehead.
That's all right.
See,
It's all right. It's just that's just a bigger target for me to hit.
Listen to you.
I give that an A+.
I'm giving her an A- for the forehead.
I'm a dirty old man, and that's delicious.
Okay, Camila's Cabeza, and I was right the first time calling her Camila Cabeza.
Yeah,
It's Cabello.
she was a singer in Fifth Harmony.
Okay, I know what that is. All right, you got an under 35 hottie?
Dude, I'm looking, man.
You should come right up. For you, it'd probably be that goofy chick from Stranger Things.
Which one?
The one who thinks she's gay but might not really be gay. She's always hanging out with Steve. She likes the girl, but she likes Steve.
But she likes Steve too.
Robin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
I was just going to say.
Good genes on that kid.
In
more than one way.
That could be put on the list.
All right, she's in her late 20s, so that falls. All right. Woo. That new Metallica band from Stranger Things reminds me so much of Bullet for My Valentine.
So much, dude. It's
Megan sent me a video of him actually playing the song.
Really?
Yeah, because he's been playing guitar all his life.
Do you know who played the fill tracks on the notes that he didn't hit?
No.
Trey Trujillo, the son of Robert Trujillo.
Holy shit. He's old enough to have a kid that plays guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Kid's like 17, 18 years old, but
good for him, man.
And I'm watching videos. I know we're off topic, and we got to get the Hey Stoopid music up in a second because it rolls into the music thing. There was, what did I see? Christ, it was about kids. Oh, Scott Ian, if you follow him on Twitter or Instagram, is always showing his kid playing drums. Mm-hmm. And he's right next to him shredding. The kid's got to be maybe 10, and he's killing it. Good musical genes in that family. Obviously, his wife, Pearl, the daughter of Meatloaf.
Right.
So, music. You got to love it. And speaking of music... Oh, Michael Motorcycle, hit that button. You are going to be floored. Hey, Stoopid. Hey, Stoopid. If you have ever listened to Rage Against the Machine for more than 30 seconds and didn't know they were a liberal political band, stop breathing.
Shut up.
You're just kidding me.
I'm going to read you this story.
Listen to this bullshit.
This is from today on loudwire.com. The headline: People discover Rage Against the Machine, sing about politics, and are angry. Okay. The article reads, fans waking up to Rage Against the Machine's wokeness will never cease to amaze us. Rage made their return to live touring this past Saturday night, punctuated with the messages slamming the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade. The idea that Rage, who has had a long and very public history of championing their liberal political views, is doing more than just playing music, and it's upsetting news to a lot of fans. Really? What clued you in, bro? Like every song on every record they've ever done.
Did you even listen to the first 3 fucking albums, dipshit?
All right, so did I just wake up this morning and it's 1996?
Perhaps.
Because in 96 we knew what the fuck was going on with Rage
if you listen to the record.
Well,
you just had to hear one song and listen to the lyrics. You knew what the fuck was going on. They were mad.
And that's a news story today.
That's today. July 9.
Yeah, this isn't like a reprint
Saturday
from
night.
like 40 years ago, bro.
No, Saturday
This is-
night they returned to active touring.
This is today years old.
Holy
Oh, wait.
shit.
Billy Mays here. But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Rage Against the Machine's first show in 11 years at Alpine Valley in East Troy, Wisconsin, dominated the music industry's headlines over the weekend, with many outlets reporting on the band protesting the High Court latest decision. Although they didn't say a word over the mic, on-screen captions such as "Abort the Supreme Court" and "Forced birth in a country without any guaranteed paid parental leave" flashed behind them as they played. And it spawned stories titled "Rage called to abort the Supreme Court" and "RATM slams erupts" on something on the Supreme Court. I scrolled too fast. Anyway, this came out of left field for some of their, quote, hardcore fans who were surprised that Rage were doing more than just melting faces. The nerve of them! Who do they think they are? Why can't they just go back to shutting up and playing the hits? Here are some of the tweets that
Wait.
the fans sent.
So they were a pop band playing the hit. What the fuck?
Never a pop band. Let's be clear. We know this.
What hits? They were never a mainstream anything.
Look, you can be a fan of Grim Reaper, and everybody can agree they have what we would consider
hits. But I mean, that based on sales, yes,
right.
You
and
may have
songs
heard
that rock.
You
but
may have heard a song of theirs on the radio, but every other fucking word was bleeped out.
Oh yeah. Now I'm going to name names because A, these people probably will never listen, and B, if you do listen, fuck you, you're an idiot. This tweet comes from Jim Pampanella. They should stick to playing the songs and doing their thing. Nothing worse than paying money to see a concert and to be lectured on their political beliefs. I was this close to walking out. Go ahead.
All right, so this just proves one huge point. To me, anyway. You're a fan of the band. All right, so most fans know the band pretty intimately and know them pretty well. They do their research. They do their homework.
Mm-hmm.
If you're posting that now today, I'm going to find you. I'm going to punch you right in your fucking face. And I'm going to piss down your windpipe. You know why? Listen to the fucking lyrics. Oh, I didn't know that's what that song was about.
This is like when Kanye did the Paul McCartney song, and everybody was like, "Yo, how great is it that Paul McCartney can give this new kid?
Oh, Kanye can give this Paul
Kanye
McCartney guy a rub.
Guy a rub and help him out with his career." Dude.
All right.
Shut up.
Our next idiot is named Paul Joseph Watson. You can find him at Prison Planet on Twitter. Oh, wait, where's Jim Pampanella so you can follow him, too? He's at J Pampine, Pampine.
Did you say J Tampon?
Close. He
Close,
ought to be a
close.
tampon. So Paul Joseph Watson at Prison Planet says, Rage Against the Machine, which previously demanded everybody take the Pfizer shot to attend their gig, is now suddenly in favor of bodily autonomy. Oh, they're afraid to use the word woman, too. What a sad decline since their 90s heyday. Exactly what planet has this guy lived on? Planet Prison? Prison Planet?
What the fuck is he talking about? I mean,
Zach De La Rocha, they postponed this tour, and much like Kiss did and others, they were originally going to say, well, you have to show proof of vaccination until,
right.
Some of the venues and states said, no, legally, you can't do that.
Right,
This is our venue.
First of all, let's clarify. The band has nothing to do with that rule.
Exactly.
That's
That rule is
venue
either
It's a
made,
venue
that
rule.
rule is either made by the venue or the promoter or
Correct.
whoever is responsible on paper for that event going down, and that's who has to follow whatever rules are in place at the venue at the time of the show.
Yeah, because you could basically rent a venue and you're running the show.
That's all they're doing. You
Just
rent,
like Mohegan.
You rent the venue.
They're not
Now-
all Mohegan shows.
No.
No.
Those are third-party guys that come in, boom.
Yeah,
no,
Live
like-
Nation.
yeah.
Yeah,
being one
Live
of them.
Nation.
No, a band comes in and you're just scheduled. That's
Hi,
how
we'd
that
like
works.
we'd like to book your arena. Okay, when? Do you have an
They br-
opening here? Yes, we do.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep, and that's it.
Oh, my God. Anyway.
All right, let's see what Pauly Man has to say. You can find Pauly Man at PaulyMan1981. Oh, the same people who think Stephen Colbert was really conservative are the same people who are disappointed with Rage Against the Machine. I like Pauly Man. I think we should all follow him and give him a thumbs up. J.G. Whaley at Bevenhauser. I read that right. Oh, she's actually kind of good-looking, J.G. I automatically assume any entertainer, celebrity, and pro athlete are liberal, so I am never disappointed once they prove me right. They're all about the groupthink, and any individual thoughts put their fame and fortune at risk. They cannot have that. Wow. Peter Turberg
Turd burger?
Turd burglar.
At Path Your Birds, listening to some pre-political Rage Against the Machine. Wasn't it nice when they just played guitars loud? What fucking records are you listening to?
Did they do an instrumental record? I didn't realize they did that.
They got together with Satriani and made nothing but guitar work.
I didn't realize they did a whole instrumental
It was
record.
a children's album.
It was fucking beautiful. That's
We missed it.
beautiful.
It was
I mean, like...
children's record. We missed it.
Okay, this is a double tweet. The first guy calls himself Billy Shakespeare. You can find him at Billy Shakespeare. Does Rage Against the Machine, that shitty band, okay, I'm not a fan of De La Roca, but the band is tight, have an opinion that differs from Walmart, Nike, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Disney, Netflix, Lockheed Martin, and Pizza Hut? And the response from someone named Dakota Crow.
Actually, Walmart makes extremely large contributions to conservative groups,
Yes, they
so
do.
they shouldn't even be on that list.
Here's the retort.
Fact check that bitch.
Right, here's the retort from Dakota Crow. No, they just became political to sell music. Back in the day, Rage Against the Machine was about being angry at the company that puts lids on the jars too tight.
That
Totally fucking that first guy over.
That's awesome.
They're just
I
mad
gotta
at
give that a little...
They're just mad at people
a
who
little
put the
applause
lids on
on
the
that.
jars too tight.
I'm just shocked and amazed that if you've ever listened to one song by them, it'd be like going to.
You don't even have to listen to the song. Just read the lyrics. You don't even have to hear how angry. You literally just take the feel of the motion from the music out of it. Literally, just read the lyrics.
Can you imagine going to a show by, say, I don't know, Poison? Because we spoke a little about Poison before the mics went hot.
We did.
And hearing them play Talk Dirty to Me or Look What the Cat Dragged In or Unskinny Bop, like, oh my God, all their songs are about sex.
No shit, Sherlock.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, they're only doing the sex thing because it's so cool and hip to have old people up there singing about 16-year-old girls. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
This is why I continue with the woke as a joke thing, because if you don't understand that, and look, I love their music. I still can't stand Zach De La Roca and his repetition and repetition and repetition. But if you don't understand that they've been a politically liberal lyrical group forever, again, stop breathing.
Please.
Just stop breathing.
Yeah, you failed.
Save oxygen for the rest of us.
I need some extra. Oh. I'm feeling a little
I'm
tapped.
feeling lightheaded just thinking about how dumb these people are. Wow.
Does it hurt to be that stupid? Like, is it
I don't think so.
is it painful?
I don't think so. I think that's why. Because if it hurt to be that stupid, you'd like stop and figure out where
I
that
went to a
pain's
George
coming from.
Thorogood show and all he did was sing about drinking.
It's like
no
going-
shit.
It's like going to a Pat Boone concert. Why is he talking about Christ? I mean, come on. What the fuck, man?
Why is Stryper throwing these Bibles at us? What?
Baron Cross.
Baron,
real.
oh my God.
Petra.
Petra. I loved Petra back in
Petra
the
was
day.
good.
Oh, my Lord. Well, this week's topic I am excited for, but Herm's leading the way this week because this was his idea, and he's going to lead the discussion. You ask the questions, my man. Let's do this.
So, well, there isn't really questions. There's one question, and here it is. It was the 4th of July. Last week it was Monday. It had to be Sunday when I brought it up.
You brought it up Sunday,
It
but
was
Independence
Sunday.
Day was Monday.
Independence Day. It was Independence Day weekend, all right, the night before. And I saw a meme that somebody posted, and it said, on St. Patrick's Day, we all acted like we were Irish. And on Cinco de Mayo, we all acted like we were Mexicans. So on the 4th of July, could we all please act like real Americans? Which my first association was, let's see, with the meme was, sure, you get drunk on St. Patrick's Day, you get drunk on Cinco de Mayo, so they want us to get drunk on Independence Day.
I'm detecting a pattern here.
That's what I saw. I saw a
Me
pattern.
too.
That movement's dead.
Oh, thank Christ.
You're abstaining.
Come
You're
staining.
invited, but you're not going to be able to come. I already know.
Yeah, come staining.
Thanks, Vince Neil.
But the question started rattling around in my head is, what is a real American?
Someone who fights for the rights of every man. He fights for what's right, and he fights for your life. You see? You had that. You play dumb games, you win dumb prizes.
You had to bring the Hulkster in.
I did have to bring the Hulkster in. He's a real American. This discussion could go on forever.
It could. I figured we'd throw out some, we'd have some fun with it. I mean, what's a real American? Well, they're definitely ready to fight any time of the day.
Okay, I guess my first one would be, you are born in the United States of America and or our 6 territories around the globe.
Yep.
Yeah, you're naturalized or you're
Yep.
born on the soil.
Right. What do you got? We just go around and build our own real American.
Well, I mean, to fall in line with that, if you immigrated into this country legally and did the process, the due process, correctly, and not cheat the system, and you come here and
you've been naturalized.
You've been naturalized, and we accept you wholeheartedly. You work hard, you pay your bills, you're building your own little dream. God bless you. That's part of why people come here. The American dream.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I think Americans are also, they're extremely pissed off, yet also could give 2 fucks at the same time.
They're all pissed. Sometimes they're all pissed off at the wrong thing.
It's but it's also an extreme juxtaposition. Like we discussed a couple of weeks ago, Americans are fine with things going kind of bad and going kind of bad and going kind of bad until all of a sudden, at some point, which is like I said at that show, that's basically the whole concept that the country was formed on, and it just seems to flow here, is that that's not really that big a deal. That's not really that big a deal until now something affects you, and now it's a fucking big deal, and we're gonna fucking change shit, and this is America, and that's how we fucking do it here.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. An American. Okay. A real American. No matter who you voted for, no matter what political party you lean towards, if you lean towards one, doesn't matter if you like him or don't like him, whoever's sitting in that White House is your president. Because I heard way too many morons.
I don't like that. Not my president.
Oh, that's bullshit. Because I would often ask those people.
You don't have to like him, and you don't have to support him. But
I would ask the questions until I got the answer I was looking for. Were you born in the United States and or the 6 territories? Well, yeah, I was born in Michigan. Okay. Are you an American citizen? Yes. Who's the president? Donald Trump. Donald Trump is your president. Donald Trump's not my fucking president. You're an idiot. Yeah. I'm sorry. You're a fucking moron.
Keep swirling the bowl and talking in circles.
And I see it a little bit, but not as much as I did during Trump. But Trump was a wicked, polarizing figure. Whereas Biden, you either feel bad for Biden or you use him as comic relief like I do. But he's still my president. I didn't vote for him. He won the election.
I don't like him. I don't hate him. You know what I mean?
He's my president. He's the president of the United States.
Right.
I mean, his cabinet, it kind of scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, with a weak president like that, you got to surround yourself with some pretty strong candidates there.
Somebody made a good point while we were watching NASCAR yesterday, me and the amigos, and we go out of our way to try to not talk politics. And Joe Biden was on the television, and I said, "Look, it's Humpty Dumpty."
Yeah.
And somebody said something about Trump. I'm like, oh, Trump's gone. Get him out of your head, whatever. I said, I feel bad for both Biden and Trump. Trump is a smart guy who comes off as dumb.
Yeah.
Biden is a dumb guy who can't get out of his own way. And then somebody, I can't remember who, said, but neither one of them can touch AOC.
This is true.
In the idiot department.
This is true.
But if AOC were elected president of the United States, guess what? That's my president.
That's a biased view because it's only concentrated on her. I sent out the thing. What's her name? What's the thing I sent out from Marjorie, whatever the fuck her name is?
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yes, yeah. Isn't that the one I sent out?
Yeah.
In the feed?
Yeah.
Yes.
That dumbass shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like AOC, unfortunately, and the Liberal Party are not the only
they're not
stupid fucks out there.
No.
And unfortunately, that's half of the problem is that we sit here and see stupidity on both sides, and everybody else only sees stupidity on the right or left
side, yes.
from the opposite team. And I sit here and think like you all are fucking idiots.
Yes.
That's a big butter knife. They spread that stupid nice and thick, but evenly across. You can't say that there's more dumb Republicans or
because
the stupid shit just flies.
We were talking about it on the way here because, you mentioned his name, and I'm going to juxtapose it. If AOC was elected president,
yes,
I still don't think she's the dumbest president. I don't even think Biden's the dumbest. We went through the dumbest president. His name was George W. Bush. Man was dumber than a box of shit. And that's giving the box a lot of fucking credit.
That's very offensive to boxes.
And shit.
Yeah. Like, you just fucking offended two groups.
You know,
Two
I'm,
for one special.
I'm marginalizing so many people.
It's all right. They'll get over
Kmart
it.
Blue Light Special.
What else do you want to add to this Frankenstein we call a real American?
It's tough because real America now versus what I remember America when I was growing up, two totally different things. When I was growing up, patriotism was a big thing.
Yes.
And we proudly displayed flags in our cars, on our front porches, and on poles in front of the schools, and anywhere you look, you'd see a flag.
You just had the Poles carrying the flag, the Irish and the Italian couldn't?
Ah, fuck them.
All right. It's always the Poles.
Not really.
Poles.
I'm part Polish. I think my thumb's Polish.
It could be.
You know where that thumb's been? Yes,
Yes,
I do.
I do.
But you don't see that nowadays. Even when you walk into like Walmart or Target and stuff, you don't see the big bombastic displays of patriotism anymore. It's relegated to a little section in the back of the store sometimes, or a little display up front, and it's not as...
Unless it's Memorial Day, Labor Day, or Independence Day, you're not seeing the...
No, but interesting fact, we are the only free country that pushes that forced patriotism the way that all of the communist countries do.
I don't necessarily like... I like what you're saying.
We're the only free country that, and I'm for it. I was with it. I grew up with it.
Yeah.
But if you start noticing things, we're kind of the only free country that does that. No other free country makes them and uses what very much so is the Pledge of Allegiance, is very much so a mild form of a doctrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a very much so everyday indoctrination to a line of patriotic thinking.
Right.
But we are really the only free country that uses those similar techniques the way that China, Russia, communist countries, dictatorships have forced patriotism.
Yeah.
I can buy that.
It's really kind of, if you start looking, it's kind of like, it is odd. And I don't disagree with it,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a weird thing that we do it and nobody else does.
Well, see, they're not given a choice. Here,
Right, no,
here you can be as
are.
patriotic.
You don't have to. Right, you don't have to
Here
say
you can be
it.
as patriotic as you want or not.
Right.
And you're not going to suffer any punishment from it.
Right. Well,
Yet
to a degree.
To a degree, maybe
if you-
personal punishment.
If I was a lawyer playing devil's advocate, to a degree, you have to stand there in the room and listen to it. You just don't have to say it.
Yeah.
right.
I'm just
Yeah,
exactly. If you know what I mean? Like,
That's a good
even
point,
that
too.
much so. Oh, you don't have to participate. You don't have to say it. You will stand there and hear it every fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean,
a good
you
point.
know,
The patriotism, though, I think everybody has their own level of patriotism.
Yeah, kind of the
Yeah,
way,
I'm not saying-
I think like everybody has their own demigod. They have the god that they pray to, and everybody's god is slightly different. Everybody's patriotism level and involvement is
oh,
a
absolutely.
Right.
But I backpedal a little bit to my point is that's not. I mean, maybe it's just me. Do you guys agree that it's not as big as it was when we were kids?
It's not as pushed.
It's
no,
not as pushed?
Not as
It's
much.
not as pushed, and it's not as pronounced as it was, just to use this as an example.
Well, it wasn't
21 years ago
it wasn't
when the
considered.
towers came down and we are all American and we're holding hands.
For
and-
about 5 years.
Yeah.
And then 9/11 became a distant memory, and it's getting more and more distant as every year passes. I mean, that it's going to bring me into the point that I want to make next after you finish this one.
Okay. You're next on the Frankenstein block there, kiddo.
We're very passionate about guns.
As well we should be.
Whether we're for them or against them, we are very fucking passionate about it.
Yeah.
We either believe it's a God-given fucking right.
No, it's a constitutional given right. God had nothing to do with it.
I know that, but you and I both you and I both know that
I'm
there
clarifying it for the people.
are heard, but you and I also know that some of those people out there that maybe not listening to us because where we are, but there are people out there that think it's a God-given right.
Oh, I know. I've heard that.
God and guns and Kenny Rogers.
Pretty much, and
Hank Williams, if you prefer. I saw
Dolly
you
Parton?
looking at me.
But yeah,
sure, why not?
We very much are passionate one way or the other about that subject. And
I just had a discussion with someone the other day, and you both will appreciate it, about assault weapons. And I picked up the pen that was on my desk. I said, this could be an assault pen with the right force and intent behind it. That bucket here in your palatial studio could be an assault bucket with the intent and force put behind it.
No, not technically.
Why? I couldn't
all right.
assault him with that bucket?
Oh, you could use that pen to perform an assault. However, the difference between technically a firearm versus a firearm is the manner in which it's constructed for the purpose of its intent.
Automatic, semi-automatic, bolt action.
Right, as well as other things like plastics, used polymers.
But every
like
weapon,
that. However,
every weapon can be an assault weapon. It's the intent put behind it.
Every weapon can be used in an assault.
Correct. Therefore, ipso facto,
no,
flippy floppy,
no,
ice cream sandwich. Don't know me. I'm correct.
But it's you're not correct. According to the definition, it's
Whose
not.
definition?
Look up what the definition of an assault weapon is, and I'm not talking about the fucking version that they're using. An assault weapon is a weapon that is designed generally for a type of purpose. All right. Because otherwise, every weapon would be an assault weapon, and they'd be selling assault weapons to go hunt deer. You're not. They're hunting.
Already in the definition, I'm finding fault.
You can't.
But it's a definition.
But I'm going by. I'm not going by that definition. I'm not going by anybody's definition. An assault weapon in general, an assault vehicle, is a vehicle designed to be used for assault. If I just drive my car through your fucking building, it's still not an assault vehicle. It's a Subaru. If I drive a tactical fucking assault vehicle tank through your building, I drove an assault vehicle through your building. If I shoot you with a muzzle loader and commit assault, that does not make it an assault gun.
I think, and again, I got the definition here. Again, I'm picking holes in it, but I can't.
Hate that. I hate that. And for me, it comes down to a military design concept. And for me, it requires selectable fire of more than semi-automatic. I either need 3-round burst or full auto.
An assault rifle is a selective fire rifle that uses an intermediate cartridge and a detachable magazine. So I'll buy it. However, you can have one.
That federal definition requires some extreme clarification.
Yeah, there's got to be better wording on that. But you can buy an AR-15 and put it on your wall, and it's decorative. There's no rounds in it, no nothing. And even if you fully loaded it and hung it on your wall, it's not killing anybody.
Right.
You have to apply force and intent for the rifle to kill someone, or the handgun, or the knife, or the poison, or the vehicle, or what have you. And that's what bothers me. But
I'm not debating. I'm not debating for the right, whether we have the right or not, and that guns kill people. I'm not debating that at all. I was literally just going to specifically what I consider an assault weapon.
Okay.
I don't think that. I don't feel any particular way on that. I do. Just because it is that type of weapon doesn't mean that you're going to kill a bunch of people with it.
Right.
There are some really good reasons that particular platform is used, especially in a lot of wide open spaces. I have a cousin in Texas, and they use it to hunt prairie dogs and gophers because them fuckers are fast.
They're quick little shits.
All right.
You need something that can
you need
bang, bang, bang.
And you need something, and you can't do it. You can't get close to them because if you're close, they just go the fuck away and they hide in the dirt. So that particular platform, that 223 platform of an AR-15, has a small enough round that it's not crazy expensive. It has the power to reach the distance and still do the job. And because it also has the velocity, you have the ability to squeeze off a round or two from that distance before the gophers and prairie dogs go underground, and you've got to wait.
Yeah.
So there is a reason. Now there are not other long guns that hold and perform the same way. That particular firearm for that particular use is like a specialty tool.
Right.
So you can't. You've either got to, if you're going to take that away, you've got to give that guy that tool. You've got to figure out a way to make that a same performance firearm without the quote unquote assault.
What?
You know what I mean? And I know we've kind of gotten off topic here, but I think that's really would be a cure for that, is that you have to redesign, and the gun manufacturers need to figure out a way to get around that. And by that, I'm pointing to the definition that is on Chris's phone for everybody out there. I think the gun manufacturers are what need to get around that definition.
Right.
If that's the definition you're using, then fine, but you can't not allow us to design a gun that will give that farmer the same tool without you being able to take it away.
Right.
Because for him, it's a fucking tool, man. And I know maybe Billy Bob is crazy about it, but it's still a fucking tool. So he's got to have, or you've got to come up with something that does the same job as that tool.
There you go.
Right.
Let's see. My biggest thing right now, a real American should be allowed to have a dissenting opinion without being canceled, doxxed, threatened, assaulted, etc. And I'm seeing it a lot more and more in the last few years. And if you didn't hear the story from over the weekend, one of our Supreme Court justices took his family out to dinner. Somebody saw him in there in a Morton Steakhouse in D.C. Some crazy far-left liberal crazies. These are the far-left kind. Okay? This is not somebody walking by and goes, oh, look, there's Kavanaugh. I hope he chokes on his steak. No, they banged on the windows. They called management. They said, you need to throw him out now. How dare you let him eat here? They go, hi, we're Morton Steakhouse. He ordered a steak. We served him a steak. Shut the fuck up. Morton's has also put out an official statement saying, you know what? We don't care who eats here. I don't care if you voted for, Mickey Mouse. Fuck it. Come sit down.
This is all going to lead. It's a perfect story because it's all going to lead into what I have to say next.
So when the Roe thing got overturned and people were finding out where the Supreme Court justices lived, and one of them, I don't know if it was Kavanaugh or Gorsuch, but somebody got arrested outside their house with a murder kit, zip ties, knives, guns, etc., with the intent to go hurt him and possibly the rest of his family. We're allowed to have differing opinions. That's the whole freedom of speech, freedom of thought. It's not speech. Freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of expression. I don't like your shirt, Mike. However, you're free to wear it. I may not like your shorts, Chris, but you know what? They're your shorts, and you're free to wear them.
My balls aren't hanging out.
No.
Okay.
You would feel the wind. You can push it in. And the other won't tip out the other side.
Boink.
But I'm noticing it more and more now, and it comes from both sides. If you don't blindly agree with me, then fuck you.
Well, I will say that the extreme left is the loudest group and the ones that do it the quickest. The leftists will throw the gauntlet down saying, if you don't agree with me, I don't fucking like you. I don't want you near me. You're a piece of shit. And when you ask people what a leftist liberal is, that's the explanation they're going to get, because that's all you see. Mm-hmm. You never see discussion. It's always fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I prove week after week I can sit in a room with my liberal Democrat friend watching the most redneck sporting event in the history of redneck sporting events. Guess what? He's going to be in the car with me on Sunday going up to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. My liberal Democrat friend.
See, stupidity doesn't know a political party.
That's right.
Stupid does not discriminate.
We're not going to the snail races, okay? But and we have a deal.
Roast beef race.
Although on Independence Day weekend we did have a very deep political discussion, but at the end of it we're like, you know what? You think your way and I'll think mine, and let's just get together and have a beer and have fun.
Yeah,
and we've lost that. We've lost that as a country, not as a whole, but a huge swath of this country has forgotten what it's like for other people to have their opinion too.
All right, so my thought was, our youngins, let's say 16 to 25 in today's America, I don't think they're taught the basic fundamentals on how America was established.
Nope.
If I picked up a history book, and I guarantee you it would not be as thick as it was when we were in high school.
Probably a pamphlet at this point.
We don't stress enough why the country was founded, what our fundamental beliefs were, and why that basic principle still applied today, but we don't expose our kids to it nearly enough. The education is just it's piss poor. I gotta say, just having nieces and nephews that have either just graduated or a couple in elementary school, the education is not what up to par what we got, which was not the greatest either back when we were in high school. And that now they're that privileged generation where, yeah, I'm proud to be an American when it's convenient for me. Number one, when I need something with my hand out, and what can I reap from some sort of program that the government's running that I can screw them out of it and get some fucking money in my pocket because I got 6 babies from different daddies, type of deal, or I'm a 6 baby mother, you know. It's tough, and I really think that has been in the last 15 years the rise of the privilege, where we're, you know, I call them Karens, you know, do you know who I am? Blah blah blah.
You know who my dad is.
Do you know? There's a real good one on YouTube. Some lady from New Jersey who's
I don't think it happens anymore. I don't think there's a rise. I think the advent of social media and the advent of being able to disseminate it is. Do you think there's any more new people using the line of "Do you know who I am?" and I want to speak to the manager? No.
Yeah.
We just actually see it more fucking often. It's
Yeah,
the
we
same
can
thing.
capture it.
It's the same thing with all the bad shit that happens. Well, 100 years ago, we only knew what the fuck happened here in the next county over. Well, today we know what happened. We know that a little girl was touched by a dirty old man in some fucking country 3,000 miles away.
7 minutes after
2
it happened.
minutes ago,
Yeah.
because it happened 4 minutes ago.
Right.
That's the difference. There is no more new, incredible, horrible shit happening. We just are flooded with the ability to hit with it all the fucking time. And I don't think there's more Karens. I think there's the same amount of next Tuesdays out there, but we unfortunately now we're flooded with
We have the
fucking
opportunity
and
seeing
see
it.
And we cater to them too. When we see it happen in a Target, what do people do? Pull out their phones, put it up on Instagram, put it up on Facebook, and
Here's the attention you ordered.
You want attention? Here, you got it. But now that leads other people to say, "Oh, if she can do that, I can do that too."
I told that McDonald's story a couple months ago where they fucked up my order 4 straight times.
Right.
I didn't film a damn thing. I went in, I was calm, I was cool, I was collected. About the only person I snapped at was the idiot kid who did it 4 times. Tried to make an excuse for it. I'm like, you want a better wage, and you can't even make this simple menu item.
Right.
Fuck you.
Well, again, that all leads into privilege. We're swimming in it, and
It's what we were taught, man.
but it's not what.
Well, wait a minute. Who's swimming in privilege?
I'd like to know because
Who's swimming in privilege?
I'm not
Are
saying-
you swimming in privilege?
I'm
I
not
have
saying-
yet to get my
I'm not
privilege
swimming,
card.
I'm not swimming in it. I worked my ass off to get what I have.
Perceived.
Man, perception is shit. Perception doesn't mean anything unless I'm dropping a plate in front of you. That's it.
Then I perceive that I'm gonna be full.
But
where does that mindset come?
But who's perceiving it?
It's taught.
It's
taught
a
behavior.
but
self-perception.
but-
My self-perception is I am more important than anybody in this fucking
That's the
restaurant.
church of self.
It's a human construct that was produced by privileged kids who realized that they were privileged, and now everybody else who's white has to feel bad.
Yeah. Well,
So there's no black privileged people in this country of any kind anywhere. I find that a hard fucking lie to believe.
That was. I think I shared the video. I don't know if you guys watched it of Dinesh D'Souza speaking
Yes.
at Amherst College.
I saw that.
And the whitest white kid you'll ever see, talking about white privilege and this and that and the other thing, and we need to find a way to get more people of color into these colleges. He goes, okay, that's cool. Can we start with you? And the kid goes, I do what I can, and I tutor this, and I do this. And he goes, no. would you be willing to give up your seat that you earned here at Amherst University for someone of color to come take your seat and get the
No.
quality education? The answer is no. But if you're going to cry wolf, there better be a fucking wolf at the end of it. And
Right.
that's what Dinesh proved to this kid.
Right.
Well, why don't we have this and we need... Give up your seat. Give up your education to someone else who deserves it.
You feel you worked hard to get here, right? You feel that somebody else deserves it just as much as you do. Give up your seat.
Exactly.
No, because that's not how success works. You keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be. You're not going to make me feel guilty because I worked hard.
I may or may not be a spring chicken anymore, and I'm going to use, again, this Sunday's race. They have a tram from the parking lot to the track. Yeah, I'm pushing 50.
It is the same price.
It is the same price, but I walk because I think that tram should be for the older folks and the folks that can't necessarily walk or they're carrying a bunch of kids with them. They don't want to walk down. Get on the fucking tram.
Right, it's not difficult.
But
I'll
four
walk.
guys like us who are going to be together, ranging in age from 29 to 56, are going to walk, and I'm okay with that. But I deserve to be on that tram just as much as anybody, and technically I do. But I'm not gonna force somebody else out of the way so I can sit on the tram. It's simple things, but they make it bigger than it has to be. I agree with you.
Well, it's like I said earlier. It's selective rage. You know, I'm only going to be outraged at the things that, like Mike said, affect me.
They want a quality of outcome, not a quality.
Right. Your outcome is your outcome.
They don't care. Right. They don't care what you look. Everybody's born into a different situation. It's the situation they're born into. And you have to work really fucking hard to either keep that situation going or to improve it.
Right. Maintain or go
All
up.
right. All right. You have to figure
Adapt
out.
or die.
You
Right.
Have,
Oh, absolutely.
That's it. You have now. If you decide to go into playing a game that's going to net you a lot of money on the street, then that's the game you're going to play. But remember, that game has its own set of rules.
Yeah. Everything has its consequences.
Not everything else in life is easy. And if it is easy, it's usually because it was born with money. And I'm not gonna lie, man, money greases a lot of wheels.
Absolutely.
All right, I was almost 50, and it was in my mid 40s before money worked out for me.
Right.
All right, so I grease a lot of wheels now, but I couldn't always grease a lot of wheels. But I worked my fucking ass off to get here. Nobody handed me nothing.
Right.
And that's what has to happen. I wasn't born into the most amazing situation, but I was born into a decent home with a decent school system, and I could have gone any way. I could have gone any way in any direction, but this is where I went because this is where I put the work in.
Right, and it's your passion.
But you can't just make people have to be, well, they weren't born with all of that, so you have to give it to them. No.
I'm glad you brought up the privilege thing because when this swings around, I got a couple things I want to add to it, but I don't want to spoil the main point.
There are people who just want the attention and are better than you, and that's that better than thing we keep hitting, like with the, men are less than, and bitch, I really don't care.
You call that the men ain't shit movement?
That's the men ain't shit movement. Yes, sir.
I don't give a fuck that your fucking
That's what I'm calling
falafel,
it.
your falafels were cooked wrong. Just be polite, be nice.
Oh my God.
Shut your cock washer and just stand in line. Shut up.
All right.
Tired of hearing it. Honestly, I'm tired of hearing it.
All right. What do you got?
Dude, we like some motherfucking fast food in this country.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, we do.
You could put 7 different places that all make a chicken sandwich on the same street, and they'd all do fabulously.
Yeah.
It's just the way this country works.
I witnessed that today while I was driving around. I see coffee shops. Oh, there's a Starbucks. There's a D&D. There's a mom and pop, and every fucking one of them parking lots full.
Lying around the building, parking lot
Parking
full.
lot full.
We love some
we love our
fucking drive-through food.
And here's what I in my 20s and part of my 30s lived on the fast food.
Oh, so did I. From like 18 to 25.
And then, while not as qualified as Hermes Emeritus over here, I learned the joy of cooking and creating meals and budgeting. And you figure out you can make a meal with $15 of food that you could buy at a restaurant for $30, $35. but you know it was made with love and with passion, and it's not just welcome to Red Lobster. Here's some fucking pre-cooked seafood for your ass.
Right.
Yeah, put it under the heat lamp.
Oh my god.
I wish I remembered what the source of this video was. It was basically like, rich white kids. They handed them a grocery bag. And you'd have like steak or pasta or whatever. It's a simple dish.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make your own dinner tonight. Kid didn't know that pasta boiled in water to get soft.
Christ.
Looked at the colander, and the strainer, and was like, "What are these things?"
That so much reminds me of that TikTok girl I brought up a couple of weeks ago. The steak is on fire, and she's filming it live, saying, "Guys, what do I do?
You put the fire out.
Call
bitch.
911, or put out the fire. Don't TikTok it. Oh, motherfucker!
It's so easy.
The vein is popping out.
TikTok is right here in my pocket.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digest.
I love your point, by the way. That was good. All right. Piggybacking your point about privilege and whatnot, to me, a real American needs to stop ignoring or erasing history. And I'm not just talking about the Christopher Columbuses of the world. I'm talking about our Native American friends who want you to believe that they all sat around a fire and sang Kumbaya, but they fought bloody wars all the way across this nation. But the European white man is bad.
Only to fuck them over.
Well, yeah, I'm not ignoring that.
Yeah.
But we were a peaceful people. Fuck you.
Yeah, you were peaceful when your asses got handed to you.
Well, there were tribes.
There were tribes. I will throw out one in particular because
a majority of them were that way.
The Passamaquoddy here in New England, very peaceful tribe, no major wars.
But they're
Come on. If you're the peaceful tribe, the Herman tribe is sitting there. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody's working within the village.
They were for most Indians.
And then
were for most
here
part.
comes another tribe who wants your land. They're not just going to come and say, "Excuse me, may I have this land?" Well, yes,
no,
you may.
But that's an extremely white man's view of Native Americans.
No, that's actually a historical view from the Pequot Museum, but I'll give you that one.
No, in the fact that they are for the most part a peaceful people. They did not do the shit that Americans and the white people did to each other on a day-to-day basis.
I'm not disagreeing
They
with that.
only fought that way over, and it comes down to extreme needs: food, land for their people and for their animals, and that's pretty much the only things that they fought over. However, they were an extreme. I think their point is that they were an extremely
self-contained and harmless,
self-governing,
self-governing,
They were a
self-contained.
completely self-contained group, and what we did as a people to them.
we didn't do shit. We were
well,
born in the 70s.
No. But what
The white Anglo-Europeans.
Americans
yes.
did.
All right.
What Americans at the time did. Whoa, just
all right.
I mean, it was a Holocaust.
Well, there's more to this. There was two more points. The slaves was not slavery was not just a white American colonist thing. The slaves were sold to the white American colonists by other black people in Africa.
we just discovered it and realized, whoa, we could make a lot of fucking money here.
Right. I hate to say it this way. We just took their concept and made it quotation marks better.
Yeah, we did what we do with everything. We Americanized it and streamlined it, and like what was the thing? I watched something on. It was either HBO or Netflix. He was a really good speaker, and it talks about there was something, and about it's an amount of cotton that was produced was like 14 million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like 7 years later, with slavery introduction, it's now 3 billion pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if you've ever held a ball of fresh cotton with no stems or anything in your hand, you know that it weighs nothing.
That's a lot of fucking cotton.
Yeah.
And that's that with those hands. And
Yeah.
and then literally with the once they did the whole slavery ship thing wasn't allowed anymore, but you were allowed to keep them. They basically turned it into breeding. They used to specifically breed mothers to make babies and, take
and
them
raise them into slavery
and produced slaves that way.
Yeah. Lather, rinse, repeat.
But what a lot of people aren't recognizing, and again, it's not. It's very indicative of now that people now point back to slavery and say African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to say people of color will say, "I've been oppressed." No, you live in the now. There may be oppressive moments, but you are not oppressed. You are not what these people went through. Which goes further into now in colleges around the country and even in some schools not too far from here. This happened in Berlin not too long ago, self-segregation. We have groups. We have, the multicultural center. But if a white guy walks in, they usher him out. This is the multicultural center, sir. Aren't I part of a culture?
Apparently, white people have no culture.
Clearly.
Well, some of them, yeah.
No,
Not so
I've
much.
met a few.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a lot of humans who have no culture.
Yeah.
but,
Correct. But in there was a college in Massachusetts a couple of years ago. You and I had a discussion about it, Chris, when it happened.
Yeah.
Where they wanted a black-only dorm.
Yes, I do recall that.
And people lost their shit. Puerto Rican people, white people, all the others were like, excuse me, we're all integrated. We're all people. Why should you? Well, no one understands us like us. Isn't that what we're trying to do? Inclusive? We're trying to learn about each other and be cool?
Well, we've had that for a long time. I mean, we had the Sportsman AC.
Yeah.
What was the requirement to be a member of the Sportsman?
I don't know. I was never a member.
You had to be black.
Really? I
That
didn't
was
know
it.
that.
It was a black-only private club.
Yep.
However, if you wrote that rule into the VFW,
Oh, you'd be crucified.
you'd be crucified.
Yeah,
I get the Polish Legion Club. I get the Italian
Nationality, yes.
club. The Cape Verdean Club. I get all of that. But on a school, no. There should not be a black-only dorm. There should not be a white-only dorm. That shit ended
not unless
with
it's
the
a black
60s.
only. Not unless it's a black-only college.
Correct.
I'm okay with that. That's a college. That's a private institution.
They can do whatever the fuck
I
they want.
still have a problem to this day with girls being allowed in the Boy Scouts, but boys can't be in the Girl Scouts.
Right.
If
Why?
it works one way, why not the other?
Well,
Isn't that what we're
Again,
Isn't it right now and today
No.
as in this minute?
Again, it's a quality of outcome
Not a
because the
quality.
girls want to be able to use the Eagle Scout thing.
Right.
It's a quality of outcome for future reference, not a quality right now.
Right.
and they want to start fires.
Fires and burn shit.
It literally comes down to that Eagle Scout shit, and I got to be honest, I don't think it's that important.
Doesn't make a
I
hill
really
of shit
don't.
to me.
No,
I've met some
Idiot Eagle Scouts.
It doesn't make you it means you've demonstrated you can pass the test. It doesn't mean you're an amazing human being are going to stay that way.
Right.
So.
I lasted like a month in Scouts. I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, and the self-segregation thing. I'm going to change the wording on it just a little bit because we've talked about the craziness of. Let me take a deep breath, and I want to say this out loud. I don't care how you choose to live your life. Okay, if I see another post that says, "If you don't have a uterus, you don't have a say," but I don't need a uterus to play women's sports, that's okay.
Right.
Come on now.
Again, outcome.
Yep.
It's true. It's
It's-
quality
it's-
of outcome.
Quality outcome. Because people, especially on the wages discussion. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If I went up against, when she was in the other role, if I went up against her, she would make more money.
Yeah.
Because they're learning. Just because you're a guy and you have a dick doesn't make you smarter. It doesn't make you worth more and more valuable to this company.
No.
They hire people.
Not unless my job is the job I'm trying to fill is a male model.
Well, yeah,
or a
okay.
male actor.
Well,
I mean,
no.
literally, I mean, legitimately, unless that's the specific thing, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yep. And by the way, speaking of that topic, and again, it goes back.
Male models?
No, the whole
I
self-segregation
knew he
thing.
was gay.
No. Mike and I talked about it on the way here.
knew it when he kissed me on the neck.
Gray, I stood up for you, and you failed. You
Yeah.
failed. You failed this entire country.
Yep.
You didn't know
Well,
about the Macy Gray thing.
So I saw 2 posts that you posted,
Yep.
and I haven't seen anything
So
thereafter.
Macy Gray did an interview with Piers Morgan,
Right.
and he asked, "Well, what makes a woman? What because she was talking about women's rights and this and that, and she was on course on the subject. She goes, I don't know, you're an adult female, you have boobs, you have a. I'm going to stop there," she says, but she's pointing to
Yeah.
the nether regions. And I can make babies, and being a woman is a wonderful thing. And 3 days later, she's on morning talk show today. Yeah, what I said was really insensitive, and I've learned that, being a woman is a vibe, and, you're saving your career.
That's our PR person. You get on the fucking television right now.
That's somebody working a spin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's yeah.
But
But basically, she came down to.
But we don't have the right to say.
The quote was something to the effect of, "Just because you have surgery still doesn't make you a woman."
Right.
Right. And I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I agree that because none of it functions, and
It's
none
just
of it functions, and it's really, honestly, it's literally what I consider the greatest ability to mimic a male body aesthetically.
Right.
It still does not make you a woman. You know what I
Right.
mean? To make that change, you've just recreated the outward aesthetic of that particular car.
Yeah,
It's a kit car.
Yeah.
It's a kit car with a Volkswagen engine, bro.
I'm turning my pork sword inside out like a tube sock.
Just because I turned the front end of a Volkswagen Bug into those. Remember the old Rolls Royce front ends you used to be able to buy for those?
The Willie Mays Hayes mobile.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still, you still ain't driving a Rolls Royce, dude.
No.
It's
a replica.
It just looks
Just 'cause
that
you
way.
get a BMW
it just looks
sticker.
that like the sex change. It just looks that way from the
Yes.
front.
Yeah, objects in the mirror are not what they appear.
It just looks that way from the front.
Yeah. that chick's got a really hairy ass.
You want to end my point? You want to be a real American? Stop separating yourself from America.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got any more?
I think I did, and I think I just lost it. But I think we pretty much covered what I consider.
Okay.
Well, if you watch infomercials,
Oh God.
all right.
Yes.
If you watch infomercials,
Haven't watched one in a long time.
I've noticed a trend. White Americans are stupid. Watch infomercials. Watch anything anything to buy on TV.
And I guarantee you,
Watch how messed up and uncoordinated white people are.
I love those.
In any as seen on TV commercial.
Oh my God, I'm fumbling my eggs all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing this pasta sauce.
Yes, it's absolutely. Yes.
All of a sudden, I have this brand new product that doesn't allow me to spill the pasta
It's
sauce.
absolutely amazing the way
Ron
that we as
Popeil pocket fisherman.
that we as
Yeah.
Americans pigeonhole. And most of the commercials are white people.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That we pigeonhole white Americans as being the most uncoordinated, unable to
The
do
biggest-
any of the simplest tasks.
The most accident-prone klutzes on the fucking planet.
Every fucking commercial.
Now,
Every
and-
fucking as seen on TV commercial.
This brings up a question. What do you think, in your mind, other countries think what America is?
I think they look at us as entertainment.
We are definitely the best channel on TV right now.
In the past, many countries would look at us and go, "That's the most powerful country on earth. That's the freest country on earth. That's the country I would like to live in." Now they look at us as, "Dude, there's nothing on. You want to watch the Americans and see how bad they're fucking up this week?"
Yeah, let's see that.
It's like watching Herm's Neighbors.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. We got 5 different channels on his street. We just turn our chair.
Yeah. No, I agree with that point. And I could see that. I mean, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to that.
And a lot of
we
the-
create this
Yeah, we
chaos.
definitely don't portray ourselves well in the media.
The last commercial I saw like that, this goes back to your men ain't shit movement, is usually a dude fucking shit up. Then his wife buys him the new toy, and look, my life has gotten so much better. So not only are you a bumbling dipshit, you're a man that ain't shit. Your wife buys you this gimmick from Billy Mays, if he were still alive. And look, I got my shit together.
OxyClean.
Right? Thanks, OxyClean. Fuck.
My shit stains are whiter than white. I've never seen my shit that white.
Oh, my Lord.
That's funny.
I used to complain, and Herm will tell you this. Watch daytime TV. Did you watched some daytime TV, a soap opera, a game
especially
show?
at a younger age, because I would, at my grandparents, and all she watched was soap operas.
I always asked the question, and in the 90s, we were sitting around. We'd get our lunch from Engine 6 Pizza, not too far from the apartment.
Back when it was Plaza.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd watch a little bit of daytime TV, and with the exception of the Country Flower douche commercials, I looked at him one day and says, how come all the cleaning products have women in the commercial? Do men not scrub floors? Do men not do dishes? We're two men living in an apartment. We do our shit. Why aren't there dudes who have the plastic glove commercials? And why are all the plastic gloves made all slender and nice for women?
Because that's how marketing works. You market to you market to the majority who buys.
Who's the shopper?
That's fantastic.
And
I just want to see, nowadays you see it because I just saw the upside down Dawn bottle because we needed an upside down Dawn bottle. You squirts it out, you put it right back on the thing, no
yeah, it
fuss,
just doesn't
no
have a lid. Yeah, it's
right.
like it's ketchup.
And you see the dude, doing the dishes. I'm like, thank you, finally. Show us, we can clean.
yeah, I can pick up trash.
I can do things, Mike. I'm smart.
Yeah. Not like
Fredo.
everybody thinks. Oh, yeah, James Caan
Oh God.
and Paulie Walnuts passed away.
Tony Sirico.
Oh,
Tony
wow.
Sirico,
Yep.
yeah.
Fucking yes.
Rough week, man.
Yeah, it was a rough week. And I lost Abby on Friday.
Oh, my girl.
Yeah.
Emma's gonna be upset.
We had to put her down.
Sorry.
16 good years.
Good life.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah.
And she never
What
ran
kind of
away.
dog?
She was a Shepherd lab mix.
Wow, that's a pretty long time for a dog that big.
She never
Yeah.
ran off on me.
No, she was a bad. Megan was a fucking wreck all
I
day
can
Friday.
imagine.
She's crying at work, and I the best dog I've ever owned in my life, and I've owned several over the course of my life. She was loyal.
Oh yeah.
She loved Megan unconditionally. She tolerated me.
Most of us do.
I'm the one who feeds her.
Feed me, fat man.
That's about to take a shit, but yeah, the house seems really empty. The last couple of days have been kind of weird.
How have the
And I
dogs?
caught my.
Yeah, I got to be honest. It was eerily quiet when I came in tonight. When we came in the front door.
There's been a pack dynamic change now that both of the older dogs are gone. Willow, the hound, the talky one, she's having a power struggle with the chocolate lab because she thinks she's going to be next in
She
line.
thinks she's next in line, and the
Not-
lab
No,
says,
not the alpha, the beta. Ripley, we already have an alpha. Ripley, from the time she was a puppy,
she thinks she's next in line for the assistant's job.
so now Ripley, the first dog we adopted from the rescue, puts down Willow all the time and she just cowers. So the power is it's all lined up. Ripley,
This is prison yard
Yeah,
mentality.
pretty much.
here,
That's how
yeah.
dogs work. It's really funny to watch.
Who's the top dog?
it's Ripley right now.
Jen had Spanky, that little dog, and when we first got Grace, the only two dogs we had were Spanky, so we brought Grace home, and they developed a bond, and then we added the Lulu, and then we added the twins, and so for a while we had all 5 of them, but there were certain things that Spanky was allowed to do to Grace because when Grace came in, even though she grew up to be 95 fucking pounds of solid muscle, and Spanky was 11 pounds. He was
Of
still
solid attitude.
with nothing behind it.
Damn right.
She still saw him as like the older uncle.
Right.
So there were things that Spanky was allowed to do, like Spanky would clean her ears and chew on them and clean them, and other things that Spanky would do that when he passed, the other dogs would try to fit.
Yeah.
And you watched it, and you watched her hand pick who she was going to allow to do that to her. Now that Spanky was, and it went down to Lulu, which was the next dog after
Yeah.
her. But you watched that whole
Dynamic.
like the twins were like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "Nothing. You guys are staying in the same spot." And Lulu and Grace reworked it out.
Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic to witness because people don't realize, people don't own multiple dogs, don't realize that.
Yeah. You've got your own furry version of Wentworth going on downstairs.
Yeah, like that.
Basically.
Right, like that dog will only let that dog do that to it.
Oh, and that's how Abby was. Ripley was the only dog that Abby would let lick her face, groom her, like with your dogs. Any other dog come up, Abby would give him the Elvis lip. The fuck out of here. But Ripley, and because when Ripley was a puppy, I think she thought Abby was her mom. Because when Abby was younger, she was a very matronly dog. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a weird dynamic. It's
right. Like
I caught myself this morning calling her name after I let the dogs out. I was like, oh shit! I still do it with Brooks. It's those groggy moments at 2 a.m. when they got to go out.
Mm-hmm. For the last couple weeks, I've half expected to see Brooks wombling through the yard.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and I've known that dog forever.
Yep.
I've known Abby forever.
Yep.
Damn it, you're gonna make me cry almost.
Don't cry out loud.
Oh wow, who sang it?
Some chick.
I think it was Helen Reddy.
Oh, it was.
Was it?
It was.
Look at that, the Ayatollah of rock and roll strikes again.
I know this because Terry's mom used to listen to the Helen Reddy cassette in that Toyota Tercel.
Over.
Always.
Okay, so she was the Helen. My mom was the Connie Francis.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it bad either, because for anybody out there, I'm just saying, like, if I hear Helen Reddy, I think when Terry and I were first dating, and I was riding around in the car with them and stuff. They were. Her mom was definitely a Helen Reddy fan.
I may or may not ever willingly listen to a Connie Francis record, but when I hear it, I get a little smile because that's my mom's jam.
Yeah,
mom's still alive. I believe Connie Francis is pickled somewhere.
Yeah, I think she's.
But
great beyond.
I went to. I was supposed to meet somebody for lunch not too long ago, and I got there an hour early. We're meeting at Buffalo Wild Wings, so I walked the mall, go to the different shops, see what's still left
All
in
two
the
of them?
ghost town. About 11, maybe.
Wow, that's scary.
I'm walking through in the concourse, and they're playing Connie Francis. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. The mall was like the cool place to be back in the day. They weren't playing the greatest music, but they had somewhat stuff that was close to the era you're from.
Relevant.
They're playing shit from 50 years ago.
I'm going to hang out in front of Wild Bill's, dude. What are you going to do? I'm going to be down at Tape Town.
Right? And then we're going to go down to the arcade. Maybe we'll stop at, Newport Creamery. And
Posters Plus. Prince Plus.
Prince Plus. And the T-shirt shop that always bought the overflow of T-shirts from the concert that came through a week before.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't spend $20 on a T-shirt at the show. Come here. Spend $11. Yes, I will.
I'll take 2. They're small.
Right. Man. Oh, if I have to add anything to close out, what is a real American?
Somebody who gives a shit about the country.
Yes, but I just want to throw the words, be cool. No, you don't have to be an asshole. There are times when being an asshole is necessary.
Absolutely.
That moment is not every fucking waking hour of the day.
No, it's not.
And that's so much what we, like I was talking earlier, that's what we see. We see these people just let loose at the littlest thing. There's bigger things to be that upset about.
Mm-hmm.
If this is going to ruin your life, you need to go back and crawl in your hole because you're not prepared for the outside world.
It's like the person. I've seen it on both sides, male and female. Not even the left and right now. We're going male and female, the only two genders. And you see the look I got, right? Yeah, I had to throw that out there. Where they just think they can say whatever they want to you, and you just have to take it. And if you retort, you can't speak to me like that.
Well, you just did.
Fuck not.
You just did to me. So
that's different.
Go fuck yourself.
That's different. No, it's
silently
not.
With a chainsaw.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. If you want to live by words, die by words. If you want to throw the rock, I'm going to throw a rock back at you. Can't have it both ways. Just be cool, people.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Just be nice to each other. Be civil.
It'd be nice to go back to a day where I don't give a fuck if you're wearing a shirt that says, I voted for Biden and I'm proud of it, and if I were, and I wouldn't because I didn't, wear a shirt that says, I voted for Trump and I'm proud of it, where you just go, what's up, man?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. I mean, my opinion shouldn't enrage you like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's, again, social media. We have the platform where people just hash out the stupidest shit.
Yeah, but the social media's made it worse, and I'm going to agree with both of you because you both have brought that up. But I remember my grandfather. He had to have his coffee club. They all go to their coffee club every morning till the day he died. Then he'd come back, and every now and again he goes, oh, yeah, that Pete. I think his name was Pete. Goddamn dumb. My granddad was a hardcore Republican, like Ronald Reagan, flag-waving, John Wayne motherfucker. Oh, that Pete, that Democrat piece of shit. He wants to vote for Mondale. And if Mondale, I'm like, that's when I first started getting into politics. At a very young age, I'm like, well, what's so wrong with Walter Mondale? I've read the stuff they give us in school. Oh, I don't even want to get into it with you, Chris. You're too young. You did this and that and the other thing. It's why I look at both candidates as hard as I do. Well, the two main ones. I'll look at all of them. I don't even give a fuck if they're running with the Green Party. I don't give a shit. But we got to be cool. I don't give a fuck who you voted for, Chris. I don't give a fuck who you voted for, Mike, because you're Mike and you're Chris, and there are 16 other great reasons to like you. I'm not going to take that one reason and blow it up. That's stupid.
It's just
that's childish. You took my candy. Fuck you.
We're living in a triggered, finger quotes, generation. Everything triggers this. Everything triggers that. No, the only thing that triggers me is my fucking alcoholism. You know.
How you doing with that, by the way?
We're good. 5 months sober. 2 days ago.
Pretty good. I'm up to four 12 packs a day.
No, wait a minute. I just recently started a bout of sobriety. I had my last beer at 10 o'clock last night. Haven't had one since.
There you go.
And the fucking Red Sox. There's a reason I drink.
Yeah.
Especially during Red Sox Yankees, boy. Woo. And I don't want to get into it. That's another show for another time.
They split.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Good series all the way around. Did not see last night going the way it did. That late surge by the Red Sox was phenomenal. And I'm a Yankee fan telling you that.
That's all that shit you and Derek were talking.
No.
That's what that is.
I was talking to shit on somebody else.
That's your ass.
I was talking shit on somebody else on the Red Sox who can suck my dick for all I give a fuck. Not really, but we got over it.
Ooh, that's hostile.
That escalated quickly.
See, but that's the whole part about being cool, right? I post the funny thing, hey, I may not be doing great in life, but at least I'm not a Red Sox fan. Or, there's another picture of when the guy lost the fly ball.
Yeah.
And I made the meme, how much better are the Yankees than the Red Sox? And his arms are out like this.
Yeah.
Those are fun. So when the Red Sox pick up Game 3 in this series and I see posts like, fuck the Yankees, I'm like, oh, motherfucker, no. No.
Yeah.
No. This isn't war. This doesn't change your life. This is baseball. Sports in general. You're allowed to say, fuck Kyle Busch. Because that's fine. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck LeBron.
Fuck LeBron.
He's not my type.
Fuck the New Orleans Saints. And fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. But I said to him, I pulled out the old Jack Parkman from Major League 2. Fuck the Yankees, really? Look at the scoreboard, Buddha. I'm doing just fine. Now make up those 15 games. Well, he made up another one. Now they're 14 games back. Good. Yeah. Keep climbing. This is fun.
Yeah.
So makes this rivalry awesome. But don't throw that shit out there like you just won World War II single-handedly with one bullet and a cotton ball. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Assholes.
That's it. Stop being triggered. I post something that you don't like, you can just move along.
That's the whole point. Keep scrolling.
That's why the scroll option is
I've
there.
been behaving very well lately with the Facebook. I haven't been in jail in a couple months.
Oh, I went in jail this morning.
What'd you do? What'd he do?
My buddy Alex posted a video, right? And the video is of guys rolling up on a car in front of him on a road, and the car's swerving a little. And then they pull up at an intersection, and there's just a white guy, and the music's up loud, and he climbs out the white guy in the Suburban climbs out the sunroof and starts dancing around. And next thing you know, the brothers in the car that were following him get out and start jumping around. Everybody's dancing around the motherfucking intersection.
Okay,
right?
Sounds good.
And I'm like, if I got to an intersection and the cars in front of me did that, I'd just kill everyone.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, and with a smiley face, and that's what they fucking got.
You should have hashtagged it, dumbass.
But you don't.
That was your advice to me.
I know that, but you don't think. But you don't think about it.
I know.
It's a happy face and it's a video and it's like literally it's an algorithm with a word and there's nothing you can do about it. But fuck. So I'm done for a month.
Nice job.
Again.
Oh, 30-day.
Oh, I haven't gone in jail.
Yeah, well,
in a while.
I'm just coming off tomorrow. I'm supposed to come off a 60-day that was all my restriction in groups. Somebody in a group didn't like something, or I said, it was in a group. It was that was the KKK post.
Oh God,
that was the
KKK post.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm not into the KKK, and they're a bunch of assholes. But you know what? I can't even get through eat a peanut butter and jelly fucking sandwich without getting something all over my white fucking shirt. I don't know what's going on, let alone hold fucking
meetings and fires and shit.
Let alone hold cross-burning racist rallies in the woods and still
not get an
clean.
ash on your gimmick.
Look, you say whatever you want about the KKK, but their laundry game is on point.
Good point.
And that's with a smile, with a laughing face, and that's what I got.
You remember the black guy JC? They threw him out of Jewett City, then they moved up to Plainfield. Then from Plainfield into Dayville. Older black guy. They called him JC. He thought he was Christ.
Okay.
Perfectly white robed all the time. Now he's walking through the green in Danielson, all muddy. He comes out the other side, pure white. I don't know, man. Maybe he had a little something there, but
maybe he is Jesus.
Maybe maybe they shop at this.
I wasn't trying to get that deep in it. I'm just saying that was the thing. And then this morning was that's what they let me for. So
wow,
that's dumb.
30 days.
It
I
is
can't
dumb.
do anything. So whatever.
That's why Elon Musk. Did you see last bit of information?
He pulled out,
backed out of the deal, and now they're trying to force him. But by doing that and going to court, they have to release all the documents that he wanted to see. That is the reason he pulled. And it's brilliant because it's going to
move.
It is, and it's going to knock the price down. So instead of $44 billion, he's going to spend $34 billion. And look, I bought Twitter and saved $10 billion.
Yep.
And I'm going to hand it to Dysfunction Junction. If you want to email the show, you want to talk about anything we talked about here tonight, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the Facebook page. Find us wherever we have a social media presence. And next week, I'm halfway done. Guys, we're giving you a special treat. Once I get back from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, more one-star strip club reviews.
Oh, yeah.
And we're starting here in Groton.
Ooh, local talent.
That's nice.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Peace.